Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to the next big idea. An incredible journey of innovation, passion, and game-changing ideas. Let's see what this team brings to the table.
Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'am. We are Team Raman, and this is our idea, Park and Ride. Before we get into the further details, let me just give an overview of what we are. We are a bunch of innovators who are trying to make a business out of our idea, so that it will be create an impact in the society as well. Now, since we have to know about the problem so that you can understand the solution in detail and how effective it is. In these days, parking in metropolitan cities, it has become a major issue. Even though in the past few years, governments of particular metropolitan cities have come up with various innovations, like they are providing parking spots near the metro stations as well. Even though they are coming up with such effective solutions also, it is not solving the entire problem at once. Like it is just creating a little side impact. So for that, our solution, we have come up with a solution that we are not creating any extra parking spots here. We are using the existing parking spots efficiently. You may ask how. Let me just explain how. We are using parking spots of residential apartments, open plots, malls. Anyone who has a private landowner can become a provider through our app. So that only suppose let us take a consideration of a particular area. There might not be many open plots in that particular area, but there may be a lot of apartments and a few restaurants who are running out of business or who want to generate a side income for themselves. So parking most of the time in the apartments, the apartment parking is vacant due to the owner not being available or went out of work. But if we use that parking effectively as well, it can create a lot of impact in the society and solve the problem. Now, let us understand about the competition we have. The major competition in this parking area is that most of the parking business is owned by government entities. Like as I already said, the government is providing parkings near the metropolitan city, metro stations, and also they are taking the government is buying open lands also so that they can provide parking for customers effectively. Not only that, there are also many private owners who are making a huge market out of this. Like suppose there is an open plot owner and he's not using the plot. So he's just giving that land for parking necessities. And also there are companies who are building business on top of a single thing. Like they are renting out a whole area. Like they are making parkings more efficiently by using floor parking. So there is a huge lot of business in here. And for us to enter the market in this high competition, we have to have something unique. That our unique selling point, we are going to discuss it about a bit further in the slides, ma'am. But let me just tell you about the barriers we face for the entry. The first barrier which we are going to face is trust issues. To build the initial trust of the customer, to begin with, like building the trust of the customer is very important so that the customer uses our app and he also recommends it to the other people. This way marketing, word-to-word marketing can be done. If our product is good, if the customer likes it, then we have, I think we don't have to put much efforts into promoting that. The customer himself or herself will promote our own product. So now, the innovation part of our product comes in generating side incomes where there was no scope of income, but we have created a new way of generating a side income. And also, we are effectively using the existing parking spots instead of creating new parking spots on top of that. So that is a part of innovation. As you can see, this is a growth rate of parking in the upcoming years. This is a survey done, we have extracted it. And this is basically the overview of what I just said. We think understanding the customer first, understanding the problem the customer is facing is very important. and we have to work upon the solution accordingly. So here is a basic job that we need to fulfill for the customer. That is, we need to search for the parking spots, and this is a side job that we can also create an income in the process. So why it is hard for a customer to find a parking spot first? Firstly, the parking spot may be far away from them, or they can be they can spend more and more time searching for a parking spot. So first reason, time wastage. And even though he or she finds a parking spot, they cannot assure you security. Second thing, security. So suppose if there are more customers in a single parking spot, of course the first instinct of a private owner is congesting the vehicles. Like they're gonna, in a single parking spot, they're gonna put 2 parking spots. There is no loss for the provider, and the customer has no other option. So that is a congesting space. And also sometimes, like in most of the times, customer would not find a parking spot to park their vehicles. So they have to either park it in the no parking area, which ultimately leads to fine. So the customer will be frustrated. That is the emotional part of the customer. And also sometimes the pricing may be very high. These are the problems that a customer would face trying to find a parking spot. Now let us know about what we are providing. We are offering a product or service that is a solution for most of the parking problems that a customer is facing. And how are we going to do that? Like I just said, we are going to provide security by providing real-time monitoring of a vehicle. In the sense, if you are a customer, you can time to timely monitor your vehicle, where it is. Is it in the same parking spot or not, using GPS. We're going to provide GPS to the vehicle as well. Even though no matter where you are in the whole entire country, you can see where your vehicle is. Is it parked safely or not? Secondly, providing parking spots near your location. Like if there may be no open plots in your location, but there may be buildings and more restaurants or some of the other facility which is near to your workspace, so that the space locality is also near. And also this is an additional feature, valet parking. In most of the parkings, valet parking, they provide a slip. Like when they take your car, they provide a slip. If that slip is lost also, there is a lot of time consumption happening. We're just going to digitalize the valet parking as well. This is just an additional feature. And we're also going to provide pre-booking and of course GPS facility. These metrics are going to totally, like, they're going to solve most of the majority problems that a customer is facing to find a parking spot. And what the customer is going to gain, there is no wastage in parking your vehicle, of course. And dynamic pricing. He doesn't have to worry about how high the price is. The price is set according to hourly basis. So it is pocket friendly as well. Now, this is a market that we are going to talk about. The current size of the market of the parking industry is estimated to be 4.4 billion. And just so you know that these surveys are not verified, we just did a little research and we came out with these figures. It is known that the Indian market parking system is estimated to be 4.25 million. And as I previously showed you the growth chart, it is estimated to grow first $63.8 million by 2031. Now, the current target we have put, like a goal that we have put for ourselves, is to at least capture some part of the market to be successful in the country. First, we are going to focus on the country, then we'll think about the future plans. Now, before getting into the deep thinking of everything, we have to have a good technology so that our app is going to work fine. So this is I'll just skim through all the technologies some of the technologies that we are going to use. Firstly, we are going to use Swift for iOS building, of course, and Address Studio for developing the Android part of our app. We are going to use Amazon's AWS for cloud storage, and for mapping and precise location and navigation, we are going to use Google's API keys for mapping. And for a database, we are going to use SQL. So, this is a part where we have 70 to 80% of our whole idea, our innovation consists of a single canvas. This is the lean canvas. I've tried to explain almost all the parts of this canvas. I've missed a few. I'll just skim through that. As I said, I already told you about the problem and about solution as well. Let me just tell you what is unique about our idea. Our idea is we are not creating any extra parking spaces. Like our investment on creating new parking spaces is not that high. Instead, we are effectively using the parking spaces, and this solves a majority of the problems. And the key metrics, which is most important, that is the number of app downloads we get. So according to the reviews the customer gives us, and along with that, number of parkings booked in a particular span of time, and the number of customers we've retained. So that is the key metrics of our concept. And let me just give you a segment customers we are focusing on. We are focusing on daily commuters, finding it hard to find parking spots daily, and urban drivers, like people during times they would like to park their car somewhere, but they don't get any parking slots. Urban commuters, and also the early adopters of our market of this market would be the people who are constantly searching for parking spots. Usually, people don't put that much efforts in finding parking spots. They just park it in an illegal way, like in a no parking area. That not costs them high fares. So, if through this app they are going to use it frequently and adopt to it very in a more faster way. And this is a cost structure for developing an app and marketing. And we are gonna customer acquisition cost is gonna be covered in the marketing and partnership collaborations as well. And this is our revenue system. I'll explain. Yeah, I'll explain our revenue system in this business model, ma'am. We are just basically a bridge between a provider and a customer. We are providing service, and for this service, we are going to take a 20% commission, so that we are going to generate a revenue for ourselves also. And this is our business model that we are going to working on. Firstly, the thing I said, and secondly, the subscription plan. The ones who take the subscription plan are going to get a frequent priority access according to a little discount in their parking annual fee as well. And advertising. We are going to advertise our app so that more and more people are going to know about it. And of course, we are going to, if the future has a scope, we are going to partnership with private companies so that our reach is going to be increased. So this is my team, ma'am. I am Akshay. I am the team lead, and I take care of the front-end development of our app. And she is Misha. She is the back-end developer of our app. He is M. Abhishekar. He works along with me for front-end development. She is Nandini. She works on the design part of our app. She is Nandita. She also works for the design part of our app, and also she takes care of the documentation. And he is Raj Mehta. He also takes care of the back-end of our app development. We are all our BTech undergrads, and we are studying our computer science engineering. That's it for now. Thank you so much for giving this valuable time.
So your presentation tells me nothing about how you're actually solving the problem. You say you have a solution, you will do it, you have an app. How does it work?
We're going to use a few documents to verify if you're you're actual owner of the apartment parking or not. When you register, even when the time you're going to open the parking spot, like when you're not available, when the parking spot is free, you're going to open the parking spot. So if I am a customer, I'm around your area, and I go to the customer interface of our app. So I, as a customer, search for parking spots. So since your location is nearer to me, your location is going to pop on me, and pricing, everything will be shown there along with your rating as well. So it is my choice. I am going to get all the parking spots near me. It is my choice. If I choose your parking spot, I directly have a location to your parking spot. When I come there, there is going to be a QR near your parking spot, sir. When the customer scans that QR, the timer in both of our mobile phones is going to start. When the customer parks there, he's going to pay on how much amount of time his vehicle is inside your parking spot. And how are we going to know that? When the customer comes out of the parking spot, like he's done with everything, he's done with the work, he's going to come out, he's going to scan the QR code again. In that scan, he's going to get the bill, like the exact amount of time he was there, the exact amount of hourly amount we charged him. Accordingly, he's going to pay that. You may get a query like, after scanning the account, he may just disappear without paying the amount. How are you going to know that? We are going to provide GPS facility as well, so that you can constantly track your customer's vehicle. Like the GPS is not only going to be provided to me so that I can ensure the safety of my vehicle, it is going to be provided to the provider as well, so that he can also check if the the customer is still there, did he pay or not. If he just vanishes without paying, you'll have the location of the customer. like with along with the vehicle. So this ensures security as well.
I have a question. It's going to be very, very, very tedious process for you to acquire all these places. You have to sign up with every parking lot, especially if you're saying residential. Yes, there are trust and security issues. Gated communities are out. Only private houses and apartments also are out because they won't allow. Okay, outsiders they won't allow. So that leaves us with private houses only. Generally, private houses also, they why will they? They don't know. Yes, the parking is free, but really, do they need that money? I mean, for giving it for parking?
Exactly, the question which you just asked, we were asked it twice. So, to get a little knowledge about it, we went on ground and we have talked to a few apartment owners, and we have talked to approximately like 60 to 70 apartment owners, and most of them said that they are gonna provide their parking so that if it creates a side income, they are gonna provide their parking.
So if one agrees, it doesn't. Nah, in apartments, everybody has to agree. It's a security issue, right? I cannot give my parking lot to you. My other people will not agree. How are you allowing a private car to come and be parked in your parking? It's a safety issue for all of us. And same is the case, gated communities में तो allow ही नहीं करेंगे, apartments में भी नहीं करेंगे. It's as good as gated community. That just leaves you with private houses, okay? And those are not mostly in those locations which I want to go shopping. I don't have a parking, so I park my vehicle in somebody's house and then I come shopping. So it's not going to be that near for me. It's going to be an issue. We have mapped this out before also. So either there will be some specific, like for example, you how aware are you of Hyderabad? You know Mahatma Gandhi Road statue. In and around that, parking is a big issue. Behind that, there's a Sindhi colony. There are some places there. Again, there are apartments and houses. How many will allow to give their parking to earn that small buck? I don't know. It's not a big money that one is going to get from this. If it was like crores of rupees, happily would have given permanently the parking. But it's going to be a very small amount. Why will they pay so much for parking? And that what earning it's going to be, it's not worth it losing my security and privacy to have you come in, park the car, and then come in and take the car when you like. It's not going to be easy.
Ma'am, in the since they are generating a side income, the pricing
That
I
side
agree.
income is not very attractive for a house owner. I'll value my privacy more than that.
So what ma'am is trying to say is basically while you go and validate it and somebody will say yes, getting a few people's yes is not enough. You need to kind of validate this deeper and identify exactly who is that person who's ready to take money in exchange for giving their parking. It's not, I think saying a house owner is a very generic statement. You need to come back and say exactly A, B, C category of people are the people whom I want to target. That also makes your operations easy when if you decide to take this seriously and build a business around it. You should, I don't think you're going to go street to street, door to door asking people to give their parking, right? So you want to narrow it down to specifically who exactly will be ready to come and give this.
It's going to be like, I'll tell you, we have mapped this house many years back. So it's going to be like an app. If all of us are on this app, I have a space in parking, I'm going to put it up on the app, right? And all the people who want that space are going to look nearby which house is available to park. It's all going to be app based. But having said that, those houses have to be mapped out before, which means you have to go and actually go door to door and tie up with them, have an agreement with them that between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. you are willing to give that space for rental. You'll have to tie up with each of them.
Suppose let us take consideration of my apartment, and I own my parking, and there is a society. I live in a society as well. If I am generating an income, it is on me.
No, but you giving your parking space is a common space in the flat. That society has to agree on that. Okay, you're going to allow bahar ke cars inside. It's not a commercial property. I mean, like parking free hai, aa jao kar lo. No, it's not like that. Na?
What happens if someone takes your car parking on rent, comes in, and under the pretext of retrieving the car, they break into somebody else's house and do a theft? Then who will take the liability?
Or
Right?
how
It will
do you
come
know
to
that car
as
is
a house
safe?
owner.
If
Right,
it has a
somebody
bomb
will-
inside that?
Correct. Somebody will drive a car in there, park it, put a bomb inside and go. So they'll catch hold of you as a service provider and the house owner as a person who's exposed that vulnerability to.
Even normal flats also, which are not high end also, they have security guards and the car parking is limited, and that guy comes and parks in your place. You are allowing him, but even guests also are not allowed. They are asked to park here, park there.
Essentially, repeating what I said earlier, you need to do a little more deep dive into understanding who exactly is going to be your provider. And just asserting that it's a house owner is a very generic blanket statement which will not hold water. So you need to do a little more deep dive and do homework, do your research.
Open plots are fine. Open plots could be
Open
there,
plots
they
are
could be,
fine.
Yes.
Also,
Complexes and restaurants, hotels.
Under complexes, I think there is a regulation that says that unless it is for a very long duration or if no services are consumed within certain time, only then the complex can charge rental for the parking. So you will be again in violation of a high court order. So that's what I'm saying. You need to do your homework.
okay.
Yeah.
Just do a bit of research and see. Could be that there are good open spaces available or somewhere that can be mapped out on your app. Where is the locations available? But what we are saying is you have to do a lot of hard work to know about it. And then see if it works out fine. Otherwise, you can always tweak the model here and there. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All the best. Thank you.
And now it's time for judges' opinion about the pitch. So, it was a good one.